Hare Krishna. So, is everybody able to hear me from the Zoom? Yeah, Hare Krishna. So, am I audible? I'm waiting for confirmation. Oh, okay. Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about the concepts, basic Ayurvedic concepts, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and we were also touching upon a few basics of homeopathy. So today we are going to go further. We are going to focus on chronic illnesses. That is illnesses that have been there for a very long time, like asthma or arthritis or some liver problem or something like this, heart problems, cardiac problems. So these things that people usually have these problems for many years. So what are the effective methods we can use for getting rid of these things quickly, reversing these problems quickly? So that we are going to see today. So, but before that, we will just revise a little bit of what we did yesterday. So yesterday we were discussing basics of Ayurveda, then Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So then we discussed some important tips for improving digestion, because the root cause of all the problems, all the diseases, according to Ayurveda, is improper digestion. So when half digested food, it gets stuck in the intestine and then it spreads everywhere through the blood. So the half digested toxins, they get deposited in different parts of the body and then they create different diseases. So the same toxins, when they get deposited in the kidney, you get kidney stone. When it gets deposited in the lungs, you get asthma. So like that, you get different diseases. So then these different diseases, they can be of three categories according to Ayurveda. So Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So there are 5 material elements: earth, air, water, fire and ether. So air plus space, that is ether, is Vata. So Vata, because it is air is involved, so naturally air is always moving. So any disorder that is related to movement, like for example Parkinson's disease or Alzheimer's or paralysis or fits epilepsy. So these things come under Vata. And also dryness is another characteristic of Vata. So dryness in the joints, due to which you get arthritis, or dryness in the skin. So these things are Vata related problems. And typically these problems get worse during the winter. So these are some of the characteristics of Vata, and how to balance Vata we discussed yesterday. That is, do the opposite of the characteristic. That is, Vata is dry in nature, so do oil massage for the body and take some more ghee, which is more lubricant in nature. Take more lubricant foods, avoid dry food. Then Vata is cool in nature, so take some hot water or take some hot spicy items. Like for example, when you have gas problem, you take some ginger kada or ginger kashan, then the gas problem comes down. So heat is another way of neutralizing Vata. So we discussed some methods of neutralizing Vata yesterday. Then we discussed Pitta. Pitta is fire plus water, and fire is heat. So heat, the typical problem related with heat is fever. So fever or burning in the eyes, burning in the any part of the body, burning while passing urine or stools, anything. So all these problems is because of Pitta. And generally fire is red and yellow in color. So naturally any problem that is related to redness or yellowness, any kind of bleeding in the nose, bleeding in the while passing urine or stools, or any excess bleeding during periods for women. So all these things are related to Pitta. And also redness and yellowness. So redness in the eyes, redness anywhere, any red patches or rashes anywhere in the skin, or yellowness in the eyes or skin, like jaundice for example. So all these are Pitta related. And how to utilize the Pitta? You take cool items. For example, drink lot of water, because when we get dehydrated, the Pitta becomes severe. So drink lot of water, then take coconut water or lemon juice or watermelons and sweet juicy fruits. So all these things will bring down the heat of the body. But this is when the initial stages of Pitta, these things will work very well. But suppose if the heat has become very high, suppose if you are having severe fever or severe cough, so that time drinking coconut water or taking cucumber and all, it will make the problem even worse. So for that case, you have to first increase the pitta and throw it out by releasing sweat. So drink more hot water and wrap yourself with blankets, and then when the sweat comes out, then the fever will come down quickly. So this was another method of pitta, reducing pitta we discussed. Then we discussed about applying oil to the head. Why? Because generally the hot air, we studied in science that hot air always rises up, cold air always goes down. So when the hot air rises up, it will go up to the head and create headaches and migraines and all these kind of problems. So that is the reason if you apply oil on the head, it will reduce the heat in the head. And when you are going out in the sun, wear a cap or hat or something, don't directly expose the head to the sun, especially in summer. And also drink water before going out in the sun. So if we drink water afterwards, the effect will be less. So this was, we briefly revised pitta. Then finally kapha is water plus earth. So water plus earth means semi-solid. So all this kind of solid and semi-solid accumulation that happens inside the body, like for example kidney stone. Stone means some matter has accumulated and has solidified there. Kidney stone or cyst in the ovaries or uterus, for example. And also any kind of cholesterol accumulation in the heart or in the blood vessels, and fat accumulation in the liver. So all these things are kapha-related problems. Also chest congestion and excess mucus, sinusitis. So these are all kapha-related problems. So the solution generally for this is heat, because kapha is cold in nature. You neutralize it with heat. So steam inhalation generally is good for chest congestion and sinusitis. Similarly, taking hot spicy food is generally good for all these kapha-related problems, and also bitter food. For example, let's say diabetes and cholesterol, they are all kapha problems. So generally, if you take karela or neem or something for diabetes, it is very good. So we briefly discussed vata, pitta and kapha, and we briefly had an introduction to homeopathy. So in homeopathy, the concept is similar to vaccination. So generally, when you want to get vaccinated against a virus, firstly you use the same virus in a weakened form, and that is injected into the body in the form of vaccine, and then the body detects that virus and develops immunity against that virus. So in homeopathy, whichever toxin is creating the disease, the same toxin you introduce in a very diluted form, and then the body develops immunity against that and it starts curing itself. So this is the approach. Then we discussed about in what cases we can use homeopathy, what cases we can use Ayurveda. So problems where detoxification of the body, cleanup is required. So I'll take an analogy. So our body is like a house for the soul, just like we are living in a house. So generally we clean the house by using water washing and all, and we also maintain the house with some electrical work or plumbing work whenever there is a repair. So that is how we maintain the house. So similarly we have to maintain our body also. So whenever some cleaning work is required in the body, there are too many toxins accumulated somewhere, there is some cyst somewhere, there is some lump form somewhere, you have to clear up all the toxins. So that time Ayurveda works very well. So you go cold, cough, fever, these things are all because of excess toxins in the digestive system. So you eat some medicines which will, Ayurvedic medicines which will remove the toxins, then these problems will automatically come down. So homeopathy is good for fixing some repair work, fixing some problems with the body when something is repaired. Like at home, when something is repaired, we call electrician or plumber. So homeopathy acts like a plumber or something for our body. So let us say there is a fracture and you have to repair the bone. So for these kind of things, or maybe there is hernia or uterus prolapse or these kind of problems that the doctors will say you have to do surgery, there is no other hope. So these kind of problems, generally homeopathy is good at fixing these kind of problems. So this was a summary of what we did yesterday. So we will go further today. Today we will talk about chronic illnesses. So chronic illness means any illness that has been lasting for a very long time. So let's say diabetes or asthma or allergies or let's say liver problems, kidney problems. So Parkinson's disease. So these things will generally last for many months, many years. People will be suffering from these things. So now what to do for these kind of problems? So what I am going to do is that I am going to take a very general approach. Generally, what kind of approach you can take, because covering each and every disease generally in such a short time is not possible. So general approach I will take, I will explain, and also I will give you references so that you can yourself get further information in the internet. You can read some books and then further gain some knowledge on this. So now we have seen that the most important cause of all these diseases is toxins accumulating in different parts of the body. Okay, so we have to detoxify naturally. We have to clean up the body and remove the toxins. So how do we do that? Generally, yesterday we discussed that generally fruits are very good in detoxifying. They are very easy to digest and then they clean up the body. They clean up the digestive system very nicely. It is like when you want to clean the floor of the house using a brush. So instead of cleaning with the hand, if you use a brush, it will happen much more effectively. Or if you use acid wash, it will happen more effectively. So fruits, they are like that acid wash for the stomach. They will clean up the digestive system nicely and remove all the toxins and dirt nicely. So if we take a diet which has more fruits and vegetables and less grains, so generally all these diseases, they will get better. Slowly in a few months, all these diseases will start improving and you can recover in a few months depending on how strictly we are following this diet. So I will give you one simple diet template. So let us say generally we are taking 3 meals in a day, suppose. So that is one kind of diet. So another level, okay, I will just share a slide now. Just give me a minute. Okay, just 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, so now we have set up the screen here. So now we proceed further. Okay. So here I have depicted a slide where we are showing some simple detox diets. So there are various levels in which you can do this detoxification. One is level 1 where you take 3 grain meals a day. That is what we usually do. Level 2 you take only 2 grain meals. Level 3 means only 1 grain meal. And level 4, that is the highest level of detoxification, no grains at all. That is only fruits and vegetables. So now let us say you are practicing in level 3. Let's say only 1 grain meal in a day. So what you can do is, in this case, in the morning, you can start off with some kind of a detoxification juice, either lemon in hot water or otherwise white pumpkin juice or coconut water. So first thing in the morning, this detoxification juice. Oh, sorry. I'll unmute myself. Oh, thank you for pointing it out, bro. Yeah, I was in mute, sorry. Okay, I will just repeat again now. Okay, let us say I will now, I am talking about detoxifying the body. So generally we have seen yesterday that fruits and vegetables, they are better in detoxification. they are better in detoxification compared to the grains. So we generally take more fruits and vegetables and less grains. So I will give you one example diet. So in the morning, you take some detoxification juice, either warm water, say hot water with lemon, hot lemon water, or white pumpkin juice, or lauki juice, or otherwise you can take coconut water. So these liquids, they will clean up the digestive system. So whatever was left undigested from the previous night, they will clean it up nicely. Then in the morning from 9, 10 or so till 11 or 12 o'clock, you take only fruits. But then you take only one fruit at a time, don't mix different types of fruits. Then in the afternoon, you take lunch, where the quantity of vegetables will be more than double the quantity of rice. So like if you are taking like one handful of rice and dal, then 2 handfuls of vegetables. Or similarly, even in chapati, if you are taking inside the chapati itself, you put vegetables, like you make like paratha. And if you are taking one chapati, then take 2 cups of vegetables. So again, double the quantity. So you take how much ever grains you are taking, you take double the quantity of vegetables. Then in the evening, you take either salad, vegetable salad, or vegetable soup. So vegetable salad, let us say you can take cucumber, carrot, beetroot, and capsicum, and some green vegetables, and some coconut. If you grate all these things together and put some coriander and coconut, it will actually be very tasty also. And in the evening, last thing, around 5 o'clock or so, if you take vegetable soup, let us say pumpkin soup, or carrot soup, beetroot soup, or spinach soup. So this kind of diet, okay. So this kind of detoxification diet, where I will just summarize it again: some juice in the morning, early morning, then fruits in the morning, then light lunch with twice the quantity of vegetables in the afternoon, and then soup in the evening. So this kind of diet, if you follow, then the body will cleanse itself of all the toxins. Then all your problems, especially this works excellently with kapha related problems, for kapha and pitta. So let us say if you are having ovarian cyst, or if you are having kidney stone, or if you are having cholesterol, or gallbladder stone, or even asthma, I mean some kind of chest congestion. So all these kinds of diseases, even neuralgia, nerve pain, all these things, they will drastically get better within 3 to 4 months. Even if you have suffered from these problems for many years, let's say typically people suffer for many years from these problems, 5 years, 10 years later. So even if it is a 10-year-old problem, you will see improvement in a few months time. So now this is a very simple approach which you can take up at home, but it is just that it requires a lot of discipline. And after using this diet, you have to come back. When you come back to your original diet, let's say when your diseases get cured and you want to come back to your earlier diet, you have to do very gradually. You can't switch suddenly. So if you take care of these things, then this kind of detox diet which I just explained now, this is commonly used in naturopathy. So I will give you some references also. In the internet, you can search for Dr. Viswarup Roy Chaudhary. So he has designed a diet called a DIP diet, DIP, Disciplined Intelligent Person. So DIP diet you can call it, you can Google for it. So with this kind of diet, you can see there are lots of case studies with people who have got rid of their problems within a few months. So now this approach is very useful when you have just too many problems. Let us say somebody has asthma, then they have cyst in the ovary, then they have skin problems, then they have arthritis, and they have some fatty liver. Let's say 5 or 6 problems at the same time. Then it is difficult to take so many Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicines for all these problems. So the whole day will go just in taking medicines. And even after that, we don't know how long it is going to take, because this is a very severe case. So if you follow this diet, so you take this diet as a primary step, and then you take Ayurveda and homeopathy in a supplementary way. You take Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicines as a supplementary way of treating. Then it works very fast. So let us say if you have 5 or 6 problems like this, then you follow this diet and then you select the 1 or 2 problems which are troubling you the most, and only for those 1 or 2 problems you take Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicine. Let us say you are having asthma, you are having neuralgia, and you are having cyst in the ovary, and then cyst in the uterus, and then you are also having, let's say, fatty liver. Now, which is the one that is troubling you the most? Let us say asthma is troubling you the most. You're getting constant breathlessness, but maybe fatty liver is not troubling you on a day-to-day basis. So, in that case, anyway you are going to follow this diet. This diet will clean up everything, all these diseases. And for asthma, you want quicker relief. So you don't just want to rely on the diet. So you can just take some Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicines for asthma only. Asthma, and maybe if the cyst, let's say for example in the ovary or something, it has become very severe, maybe for that also you can take medicine, and others you can just rely on diet. So this is one approach where for the severe problems you take the medicines, and for everything else put together you follow this diet. So this is one approach. Or another approach is like, okay, well now you don't want to follow this diet, you want to take only medicines, then you have to take lots of medicines. Another approach is you take lots of homeopathic and Ayurvedic medicines and don't follow a very strict diet. But in that case, the chances are a little less, but still you can get cured. Still it is possible. So this is up to the individual, like what suits you. So here my objective in this session is I'm giving all the options so that you can select and decide which one is best. So I am telling all the advantages and disadvantages of everything. So let us say now you have a heart problem, and heart problem is generally a little serious. So another criteria you can use is the seriousness of the problem. So heart problem can be life-threatening also. So you don't want to rely purely on diet for heart. So you take some Ayurvedic medicine. So generally for heart, the Ayurvedic medicine is the herb called Arjuna. So now what I will do is I will just share one slide. Okay. So here in this slide, stop screen sharing.
Okay.
Okay, so I will just share a slide now. Okay, so in this slide you are seeing a list of Ayurvedic herbs for common organs that are get affected, that usually affect us. So generally for heart, all cardiac problems in Ayurveda, Arjuna is the herb. It is a bark of the Arjuna tree. So those of you who have read the pastime from Krishna book of the Damodar pastime, where the twin Arjuna trees they fall down. So that bark of that tree is excellent medicine for heart. So even Prabhupada has mentioned this in the purport. So lungs, Tulasi, and for intestines it is Triphala. Liver and gallbladder usually aloe vera and Punarnava. And kidney and urinary bladder is Punarnava Gopshura. And for brain it is Brahmi. And for the female reproductive system like ovary, uterus and all, it is Shatavari and Ashoka. And for male reproductive system it is Ashwagandha. So this Ashoka, what is written here, this is the Ashoka tree where actually Mother Sita was there imprisoned in Lanka. So she was sitting next to that tree. So this is the same tree. So these are the most common herbs that are used for the major organs of our body when there is a disorder related to all this. Now here it is quite, in one sense it is quite simple. So any kind of heart problem, whether it is myocarditis or too fast heartbeat, that is bradycardia or tachycardia, too fast or too slow, any kind of heart problem, Arjuna will work. So as a generic medicine for a specific organ, you can take the Ayurvedic medicine. This you will get it in any Ayurvedic shop, Arjuna, in various forms. You will get it in tablet form or in powder form or in liquid form. So many forms. So that you can take for any cardiac problem. Additionally, if you have any specific symptoms which related to the heart which is troubling you too much, or any specific problem which you know from your test or whatever, from the ECG or something, so for that you can additionally take homeopathy if you want. So let us say if you are having too much of heart palpitations, and along with, so for palpitations there will be one medicine in homeopathy. You see, homeopathy is all based on symptoms, and Ayurveda is based on Vata, Pitta, Kapha balancing. So if you are having, so heart is typically on the left side of the chest. So sometimes you will get pain all along your left hand when you are having cardiac problem. So for that there will be a medicine in homeopathy. And if there is swelling in the heart, for that there is a specific medicine. So depending on what problem is there in the heart, there are very specific medicines. So homeopathy is all based on symptoms. So if you feel that there is one symptom which is troubling you too much, one or two symptoms, in addition to Ayurveda, you can take homeopathic medicine also. Only thing is you have to leave half an hour gap between the Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicine. That is the only thing you have to take care. So, for the as a generic medicine you can take Ayurvedic, and for symptom specific medicine you can take homeopathy as a supplement if required. So, of course, I took only heart only as an example. So, another example I can take is Parkinson's disease, brain. So, let's say these hands are shaking, this kind of problem is there. So, now Ayurveda, this is a Vata related problem. So, you will naturally take medicines related to Vata. That is, you have to take this ghee nasya for the brain. So, ghee will balance the Vata in the brain. And you will take a herb for brain, that is Brahmi. So, now in Ayurveda, you can take Brahmi, Shankapushpi and all this ghee. And now, if you want, if you feel there is some specific symptom that is troubling you, let us say if it is only tremor, then there will be one medicine in homeopathy. Or if there is, along with tremor, there is some stiffness and partial paralysis also, then for that there will be another medicine. And if there is some weakness also along with this tremor, that is for weakness, there will be another medicine like that. So, this based on the symptoms, you will have specific homeopathic medicines. So, again, you can use a combination if you want. So you can select the, if you have multiple problems, then you can select the problem which is troubling you the most, and for that you can use, either both Ayurveda or homeopathy or anyone if you want. And for the other problems, the multiple problems that you are having, you can use the diet, the detox diet that I was talking about earlier. So now I will just give a brief introduction to Panchagavya therapy. So Panchagavya therapy is therapy based on cows. So the cow urine, cow milk, cow ghee, cow dung and cow buttermilk, all these five, they have got medicinal properties. So this is there in the Shastras, even Prabhupada has said this many times that even cow urine and cow dung have got medicinal properties. So we usually make medicines out of this, and this Gomutra, that is cow urine, has a very special property that it will multiply the effect of any Ayurvedic herb. So if you are taking Arjuna, for example, for cardiac problems, instead of simply taking Arjuna in some shop, from tablets from some shop, if you take Arjuna Gomutra, that is the cow urine, that is the cow urine mixed with Gomutra. So in that case, the Gomutra mixed with Arjuna, that is the Ayurvedic herb for the heart, then it will have a much quicker effect on the heart. So many of the heart problems you can get rid of in less than 1.5 months. So even if you have been a cardiac patient for the last 10 years, within 2 months or so, if you use this Arjun Gomutra, it will speed up the recovery. So that way you use Panchagavya therapy mixed with Ayurveda. Panchagavya therapy actually is a branch of Ayurveda only. It's not a separate field as such. But if you use this Panchagavya therapy along with the Ayurvedic medicines, it will increase the effect of those Ayurvedic medicines. So especially this Gomutra, it is excellent for reducing Vata. So even if you have severe arthritis problem, like you cannot even climb stairs, if you cannot even walk in the house, but if you take this Gomutra, then within 3 to 4 months you will be climbing stairs, you can even climb up hills. So to that extent it is very powerful. It is a very powerful medicine for Vata. So if you are having neurological problems, lot of neuralgia, severe nerve pain, again Gomutra works very well. So, if you combine this ghee and Gomutra and buttermilk is an excellent detoxifier for all the digestive system, and cow dung is very good for the skin generally, and also for respiratory problems, and cow milk generally is a very good for nutrition, for providing nutrition. So these things combined with Ayurvedic medicines will again increase the effectiveness of the Ayurvedic medicines. So now I will give you one reference. In the slide you will see at the bottom there is a website called gaurashtra.com. So Gaurashtra, all of you must be familiar with Amazon, where you get almost everything. So Gaurashtra is a website where you get almost all cow products from different vendors. So let us say now if you have got some brain problem, let us say Parkinson's disease, somebody has got. So you go to gaurashtra.com, you search for brain, or let's say if you have cardiac problem, you search for heart or cardiac. Then you will see some arc there called Cardi Pro. So Cardi Pro is like Arjuna arc only. It is Arjuna plus a few more herbs mixed. So it is almost like Arjuna arc. Or if for brain, it will be usually Brahmi Shankha Pushpi arc, like that. So you will see different arkas, Gomutra arcs for different problems in the body. So you can select the appropriate arc and start taking it along with the diet that I was mentioning earlier. So now in addition, let us say now if you also want to take some homeopathic medicine for some specific symptoms which are troubling you a lot. So in that case, there are some websites, there are some very good references for homeopathy. So in homeopathy, the common brands are SPL, Dr. Recovic, and Paxson and Aden. So I have mentioned this in the slide here. So you go to the respective company website. So what all, they have a list of all the products that they have for different problems, whether it is heart or nerves problem or digestion problem or inflammation or fracture, injury, accident. I mean, like most of the problems, they have got some medicines there. They have already made ready-made combinations. So you don't even have to make some combination and take some sugar pill and all. You will get ready-made liquid combination either from the shop or you can order it online. So let us say if you have a heart problem, so there are some standard combinations for heart also, readily available. So now you go to the, let's say Dr. Recovic R3 drops is a very good homeopathic drop for cardiac problems. So you go to Dr. Recovic website, the company website, and then you go to the product description there. It will give you all the list of ingredients in that drop. And each ingredient, what it does, that also it will explain. Let us say in that there will be about 7 or 8 medicines mixed together. Maybe one medicine may be for heart palpitation, one medicine may be for some heart valve damage, one medicine may be for heart block. So if you are having most of those problems, then you can take the full combination. Otherwise, if you have only 2 or 3 of those problems, you can see which medicine corresponds to that. And then you can go and select only those medicines. And then those medicines you can purchase and make your own combination at home and then take those medicines. So this is how you can prepare your own combinations, or you can take ready-made combinations using homeopathy, however you feel comfortable. So there are now, if you want further deeper knowledge on different diseases, so depending on what disease you have, you can go to the respective company website, select the appropriate medicine. From that, you will see the list of ingredients. You select the ingredients which you require for your problem, for any kind of problem. And the same approach you can use for anything. So just like you have gaurashtra.com for cow products, similarly you have homeomarch.com for all homeopathic products from different companies. So you can go and search for your problem in that website itself. It will show you different brands, like whether it is SPL or Dr. Recovic or Batson or Edel. What all products they have. So let's say you have cyst in the ovary, for example. So you search there, and then you see a list of medicines. Then you select anyone, and now you want to know, okay, which one is best. So then what you do is you look at some reviews for that particular medicine, because we want the best, So there will be a lot of doctors and practitioners who give reviews on various medicines. Now, after searching a lot, I have found out a few practitioners who give the most reliable information. The basis on which I selected those practitioners is they share their live clinical experiences. Now, like for example, you have this Dr. Recovic R3 drops for the heart. So now there are. Yes.
Spelling of that website name.
Okay. Spelling of the website names. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I think those who are in Zoom, they are able to see the slides, and those who are here, you can take it from me. You can take it down from my slides later on. I think unfortunately people here are not able to see the slides, but after this I can show you. So now you need reviews. You need very good reviews, because we don't want to take a risk for our health. We don't want to simply do trial and error. So you look for very good reviews of that product. So how do you look for good reviews? Usually, typically, practitioners who are practicing Ayurveda, homeopathy or whatever, they will share their clinical experiences. Now, there are various types of videos. So I have seen many practitioners who will simply say, yeah, this medicine has these and these benefits, you can use it for these and these problems. So that information I will anyway get it in the description of that medicine itself. In the medicine bottle itself, everything will be written. They will be simply reading it out. So that is of no use because I can anyway get the information from the medicine catalog, from the medicine label itself. So we should look for those kind of videos where the practitioners are sharing their experience. Like, okay, for these kind of problems, I prescribe this medicine, and it will usually give effect in maybe 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, and you have to take these many times a day. So they literally they are sharing their experiences with all these medicines. So then they will say, okay, if suppose if there are 3 or 4 medicines for the same problem, they will say this medicine you can use it in this particular condition, this second medicine you can use it in this particular condition. So those kind of reviews, they are generally very useful, and if you try it out, you will, like 90% of the time, you get very good results. So now Ayurveda, I have seen Gaurashtra is typically a good source, and for homeopathy, typically homeomart.com. So in homeomart.com, all the products, whatever is listed there, you will see the reviews from different homeopathic doctors about those particular products, like what was their experience in using those products. So if you simply go to the company website, they will talk very nicely about their product because they want to market it. But if you go to homeomart.com, it is a neutral website. It is not done by any specific company. So they will give neutral. So and they are not even giving their own review. They are publishing the reviews given by other practitioners. So you can see for yourself how the reviews are, and then you can select which medicine to take. So, and some practitioners I have seen, I will tell you the names of some 2 or 3 practitioners also, which I have found very trustworthy. So one is Dr. Kirti Vikram Singh. So you can go to YouTube channel of this particular doctor. So he gives his live clinical experiences for different types of medicines and different types of products. So then but the only thing is his videos are in Hindi. So that you may have to bear with that. So what you can do is, as a starting point, you can take some combination, ready-made combination from either doctor recommend, and then see what these doctors, these reviews. You can go to Homeomart and check the reviews, and then you can select whichever medicine is matching your symptoms. So whether it is Parkinson's disease, whether it is asthma, whether it is heart, all these things, depending on the symptoms, you not only selecting the product, within the product there are about 4 or 5 ingredients in that medicine. So these combinations only the doctor will give usually in the form of sugar pill. But sugar pill, you don't know what is there inside. But if you go to these websites, you can directly, they will disclose all the ingredients there, the company, anyway they have to do it. And each ingredient, what it does, that is also explained there. So, like for example, Cuprum metallicum, or in homeopathy, Califos, that is potassium phosphate in a diluted form, is excellent for tremors when the hand is shaking too much, and even for memory problems. So if you are somebody in your house who is facing Parkinson's, too much of tremors, and they are also losing their memory, so Califos is very good. So there all the ingredients of those medicines will be mentioned. So you can, based on your symptoms, you can see which ones to use. You can select and then mix and make your own combination and take it. So of course it is not that you have to do everything on your own. You can still go to practitioners, but you don't have to exclusively rely on them. You can also parallelly do your own research and do your own. Let's say for example you are having some problem, you are taking some Ayurvedic treatment. But if you feel, suppose if it is not satisfactory, or maybe the results are very slow, then you can do your own research and find out what is some homeopathic medicine for it and take that also in parallel. Or otherwise you can do the reverse. Suppose you are going to some homeopathic doctor, but maybe the result is not so satisfactory, it is very slow or something like that. Then you can parallelly take some Ayurvedic Pachakavya medicine and then speed up this thing. And if both together is also not working, then you follow this diet. So that will speed up the recovery. So you can mix and match and decide based on your convenience. So all of them have got advantages as well as disadvantages. Now this diet, it requires a lot of discipline, and the most challenging part with this diet is, getting rid of the problem is very easy using the diet that I explained sometime back. But the real challenge is, after you get rid of the problem after 1.5 months, then you have to slowly switch back to the earlier diet. So now you are, let's say, taking fruits and soup and salad and just one grain meal. Then now you see that okay, your problem is solved. Then next day you start eating vada and something like that. Then the problem will immediately come back again. It will relapse. So you can't suddenly go back to the earlier diet. You have to very slowly transition. So if you are taking only one grain meal a day, Gradually, the second gravy you should introduce it in very small steps, and then keep monitoring your health, keep monitoring your symptoms to see if there is any relapse or not. So if you have done such a diet for 3 months, then it will take another 2 to 3 months to gradually reverse back and come to the earlier state. Of course, in these kind of problems, it is not, what I described, it is not so life-threatening. So you can still manage. But if it is something like cancer, then even small deviation if you make and prematurely you try to switch back, the cancer will relapse. And then again you have to start from scratch. So that is, it will really test your patience. So this diet requires a lot of discipline. But the advantage is that you are not depending so much on medicines. Even if the doctor doesn't give, even if the homeopathic or Ayurvedic doctor is not, he makes a mistake in the diagnosis, he gives wrong medicine, then still, you will speed up. But that is the advantage. But the disadvantage is all this discipline, and then the relapsing is also one problem. So these things are. But this kind of the detoxification diet is excellent if you have multiple problems and it is difficult to take medicines for almost everything. So over medication is also a problem. It will place load on the body. Even if it is homeopathic or Ayurvedic medicine, too much of medication is not good. So in such cases, this diet is a very good option. But if you are having only 1 or 2 problems, then it is okay. You can just take some Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicine just for that one particular or 1 or 2 problems. But this diet has got some advantages that if you are following this diet for maybe 1 or 2 problems, then maybe there will be some internal problems which will be hidden somewhere which you don't even know. Those will also get solved automatically. So that is the extra side benefit of this diet. Like my father had got skin problems. He developed some huge bubbles, and if you touch that bubble, then it will burst and liquid will come out, and the whole skin got infected, and it looked like as though he had a fire accident. It was that bad. Not fire accident, but it looked like that. So he followed this diet, 3 weeks, the whole thing, all that thing, 70% of it got cleared. So it's such a, now you cannot expect such a quick recovery from homeopathic or Ayurvedic medicines. It is going to take time. At least 2 months or so it will take. But with this diet, it was happened. So we did this for, we made him do this diet for skin problems. But in the process, his eyesight also improved. Unexpected extra benefit. Actually, his eyes were very poor eyesight. One eye is -20, other eye was -11. So he was almost not able to read newspaper also. But after following this diet, he started reading newspaper without space. So because why? Because the eyes also got detoxified. So there are toxins in the eyes. Then naturally the eyesight gets affected. So everywhere it will clean up. It is like you are using acid wash and water wash everywhere in the floor. You are pouring with a pipe you are pouring water everywhere. So everything will get flushed out in the house. So similarly, everything will get flushed out in the body if you use this kind of a diet. So the reference I gave is Dr. Viswarup Roy Chaudhary, DIP diet. You can Google for it. You will get all the detailed information about the advantages and disadvantages of this diet. But there are some things which he doesn't mention, which I am telling now, because he's more like a naturopath. So he will give the same diet for everyone. It works nicely, of course, but sometimes you have to make some changes depending on your Vata, Pitta, Kapha. That he will not consider. See, everything has got advantages and disadvantages. In naturopathy, the disadvantages, they will not look at Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they will give the same diet to everybody. But now we know Vata, Pitta, Kapha, we discussed yesterday. So based on that, we can make some changes. So let us say in the morning he says fruit diet. Now, but if you are having Pitta problem, that fruit, it should be sweet, it should not be sour. So sour fruit and sweet fruit, let's say if you are taking sour orange or sweet orange, there is a difference. Sour orange will increase Pitta. And sweet orange will increase Kapha and reduce Pitta. So there is a big difference. So if you are having Pitta problem, let's say skin problem, then taking sour orange or sour mango, it is not good. You should take sweet orange or sweet mango. So that he doesn't talk about. He will just say fruit. But what fruit, sweet, sour, or those things he will not. And also, it is also good to have one fruit at a time instead of taking a big fruit salad with everything mixed together. So that also he doesn't say. So some things you can change, and also he will say no dairy at all. That means no milk products, no milk, no curd, no. He will say like that. All naturopathic people will say no dairy products. Why? Because typically this common commercial dairy has got a lot of toxins, and also this people use this hybrid cow milk. They don't use genuine desi cow milk. So because of that, it is all contaminated. For that reason, what they are saying is correct. Generally, it is good to avoid dairy if you want to recover quickly. But if you are taking desi cow milk and the desi cow ghee, then desi cow ghee is a very good medicine for Pitta. pitta related problems, even for vata also. Like for example, Parkinson's disease, my father used to take ghee nasya, the ghee nasal drops with A2 ghee, and his tremors were actually reducing. So he got good effect from that.
For memory power.
Huh?
For memory power.
Even for memory power, that ghee works very well. It makes your brain sharp also.
And
For,
even shaking and the feeds.
yes. Yeah, it will work. You are asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will work. It will work. But the only problem there is that when you are taking that ghee, you are put and you have to lie down with the, and then you have to lie down still like a statue for about 10-15 minutes. But during that time, if that person gets some fits attack, then that effect will not be there. So if that problem is there, then they will have to use homeopathy. So because homeopathy is an internal medicine, so now depending on the
medicine,
situation.
they are given a tablet.
Hmm.
If we take the tablet, we get too much sleep.
Oh.
That levy pill they have given.
Oh, allopathy.
Levy pill, medicine,
Mm.
tablet.
Mm.
If we don't take, we get giddiness.
Okay.
One at what to do.
Now, if you take this, generally homeopathic and Ayurvedic medicines will not have this kind of side effect.
Okay.
They will not make you feel giddy. I mean, this ghee nasya, okay, actually, for the benefit of those who are in Zoom, one of the participants here is asking that they tried some allopathic medicine for fits. So, if they take it, then they get sleepy, drowsy, and then if they don't take it, they get giddiness. So, typically, allopathic medicines will have this side effects, but homeopathic and Ayurvedic medicine will not have side effects. So, if you are taking the ghee nasya with pure desi cow ghee, you will get good sleep, but it is not like a sleeping tablet that you get addicted to it and without it you will not get sleep. It is not like that. So it will give you nice sound sleep, it will calm down your mind nicely, but it will give you just the sleep that is required. It will not create any addiction or any side effects or anything of that kind. So in homeopathy it is usually
Ayurvedic what medicine is that?
fits. You can take this ghee nasya only. Ghee nasya and brahmi. And okay, of course, we are not getting into so much into medicine names right now because there are so many diseases. But I am just generally explaining the concept. Like when you can use diet, when you can use Ayurveda, when you can use homeopathy.
What's the diet for this?
No, diet, I gave one standard diet sometime back. No? That only you can use. But the one thing, because this is a Vata related problem. Okay, so now this the Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary, the reference that I gave, he will give the same diet for everything. But what I will suggest is that if it is a Vata problem like fits or epilepsy, it is better not to take salad. Instead, you take soup. Skip the salad. Salad can make the problem, aggravate the problem also, if it is a Vata problem. So, salad can increase Vata. So, this they will not, in a naturopathy, they will not consider this, but in Ayurveda, they will consider this. So, that is why we have to make the best out of everything. See, we have to get our disease cured. So, you use soup instead of salad because soup is hot, it will help in reducing vata. You can put plenty of ghee in the soup, that is also good for vata. So, that change you can do. And because it is a vata problem, you have to avoid dry food like avoid potato and avoid raw banana. This kind. For yesterday, I was talking about vata, all dry items generally, like for example, cake, biscuit, bread, all bakery items, it will increase vata. So generally,
should not take bakery.
So these things we can follow based on our Ayurvedic knowledge of Vata Pitta.
For detox diet, you are telling 1 grain meal.
Okay, that is it depends on how much detox you want. 1 grain meal and the rest of the time fruits and vegetables. Okay, this question is that one Mataji is asking is for detox diet 1 grain meal. Is that what you are suggesting? That's what she is asking. Yes, that is the standard detox diet where you take only 1 grain meal in the afternoon. Morning you take fruits, evening you take vegetable.
1 grain meal means that is 1 pulse and 1 carb.
No, that can then mix together. You can take the pulse and rice together.
One time
Full rice.
grains.
Only one time grains. So now if you want extreme kind of detoxification, sometimes in extreme cases people may have to, they may not eat grains also for 2-3 days. For emergency, like for very severe problems sometimes. Like my brother-in-law, he had a severe gout problem. Uric acid accumulated in the head, leg, and there was a big swelling and severe pain, he could not walk. So one day he did full juice dieting, only fruit juice. That means no grains at all, 0 grains. and next 2 days he had to do only, next day he could walk, but still there was some pain and swelling. Another one full day he did fruit diet, 0 grains.
Zero
Then
grain food, zero grain food is how many days you can count that?
no, not for many days. This is only for emergency because he had a very severe problem.
Okay.
So just to get rid of that severe problem, for 2-3 days he did that. Then
Is that?
now you can't do it on a daily basis.
That's why.
This is not meant for doing on a daily basis. That is 0 grain. But this 1 grain generally for people who are above 45 or so or 50, generally they can do. Provided you don't have too much of physical activity. If you are lifting a lot of heavy things and doing physical running, like physical things, then this 1 grain meal will not work out because you won't have enough energy. It is this 1 grain meal, this kind of detox, what I told sometime back. It is only suitable. It is suitable for people who don't have so much physical activity. They are sitting and working on laptop, or they are sitting and working on files, or maybe they are sitting and studying. Sitting work.
Quantity, Prabhu, one grain meal quantity.
The quantity, there is no fixed amount, how much ever you think, depending on your appetite. Quantity is not a problem actually. Because if you are feeling that much hungry, that means you need that much food. That is okay. That's not a problem. So this kind of detox, it is good for people who are living sedentary life, not for people who are doing lot of physical work. Maybe this.
Prabhuji, at this dietary detoxification, one grain we can take dairy products or not?
Okay, one question was somebody is asking here is that in this 1 grain meal detox diet, can we take dairy product? No. A dairy product as part of that 1 grain meal you are asking. No. You can take ghee. In khichdi, for example, you can use plenty of hot ghee. Ghee, no problem. Buttermilk, okay. But milk, no.
Why, Prabhu? Like, why we should not take milk?
Generally, okay, another question somebody is asking is why you should not take milk along with this meals. Generally, milk should be taken alone. It should not be taken with meals, or even after meals, you should leave at least 3 hours gap is best. To let us say if you have taken lunch and then after 1 hour you are taking milk, that is also not good. Because the milk is very heavy, it is very difficult to digest. So it's like almost like a full meal actually. Milk has all nutrients. It's full meal. So now just now you have finished one full meal. It is not even the digestion of that lunch itself would not have finished. And in the meanwhile, within 1 hour, if you are taking milk, then it will not digest properly. And milk is very sensitive. Now you must have seen when boiling milk, little thing you put something falls into the milk, even one drop of something, the whole milk will get spoiled. So like that means in a full stomach with full lunch, imagine if you take milk, what will happen to the milk inside? It will get spoiled. And then it will become toxic.
Prabhuji, if we take milk before breakfast, how much time we should keep time?
The best time to drink milk is actually, okay, there's a question that for those people who are in Zoom, somebody is asking, what is the best time to drink milk? Should we take it in the morning? That is the question. The best time to drink milk is actually in the night. If at all you want to take in the morning, again, okay, you give sufficient gap between milk and anything else that you want to
How
take.
much time we should keep?
So you want to take milk first thing in the morning, then give about 3 hours gap again.
3 hours.
Because milk is heavy to digest, you have to give sufficient time.
And then sometimes when I take milk, it will come out as curdling.
Okay, so this question is that if you take milk, so one person she says that she is facing as though there is some sourness and as though the milk is becoming curd. So that means the milk is not getting digested. That means it will not help much. So, this again varies from person to person. For some people milk will digest easily, some people it will not. So like I generally take minimum milk, very rarely, only during Ekadasi. The rest of the time, that is for me I am saying. For others, if it suits them, they can take.
Prabhuji, one doubt. When I am in Ekadasi fasting, we are taking limited meals and that too not regular times. Is that affect our digestive juices production or anything our intestine system?
Okay, because you are not taking anything, okay, the question is because you are not.
Irregular diet and not a regular diet. Means what nutrients was
Okay, the question. Okay, her question is during Ekadasi, then you
Sir, different timing, different item, sir. So how it gets to us?
Morning I will not take anything.
How our
Afternoon
acids
only I will
react?
take.
Okay, she is asking that because in Ekadasi the diet is different and the timing is different, everything is different. How will the body adjust to it?
Right.
Okay, see, actually, you have to there is no standard answer for this. This varies from person to person, depending on whether you are Vata, Pitta or Kapha. Generally, if people are predominantly Kapha, then they can easily fast without any problem. It is good for them actually. But if you are having Pitta problem, then if you are empty stomach for a long time, you may get some headache or develop some acidity, something like that. So for that, you should not be empty stomach for a long time. You should take some fruits, sweet juicy fruits. Sweet fruits is generally very good for acidity and for this headache, these kind of pitta related problems during Ekadasi. And for Vata, again, empty stomach is not, Nirjal, and this Nirjal Ekadasi is advisable only for Kapha, not for Vata and Pitta, especially Vata no, because a lot of gas they will develop and the Vata will become worse. So they can drink hot water, Vata or warm water, Vata and Pitta, and then they can take this kind of sweet juicy fruits. And if you still feel, and especially people with Pitta, they have got high appetite and they feel very weak if they don't eat sufficiently, they want to eat more and all. Then you can take those light kind of Ekadasi type of whatever is allowed during Ekadasi, small quantity. That you can decide, you can see how much your body needs and take that much. But the idea is that you are not taking the same food that you are taking in the rest of the days, at least. So at least even if you take that small Ekadasi, that Marai or whatever, Mori or something, then at least in the morning you are taking fruits, in the evening you take some soup or whatever. Don't take grain, that Ekadasi grain in the morning and evening, take it only in the afternoon, small quantity. You see, depending on how much pitta you have, based on that, limited grains. And morning and evening, at least good detoxification will happen, lots of toxins will get removed, and fasting will also, in one sense you are doing grain fasting for morning and evening. So at least some health benefit will be there, some toxins will get removed internally. So see, Ekadasi, there is never any hard and fast rule. It all depends on your suitability of how much your body can. See, because our whole goal in Ekadasi is to do better devotional service. Now, if you don't eat anything and you do nirjal and you are getting severe headache, then you can't do seva. So it defeats the purpose actually. So the purpose of Ekadasi is that you reduce your material needs and do more seva, or do more, meditate more on the Lord. But if you are having severe headache, you can't do that. So if you are getting severe headache, means you are having severe pitta problem because of empty stomach. So you take, whatever is allowed for Ekadasi, like Varai or whatever it is, no problem. Because everybody has got a different body. We cannot say that nobody should take that Varai, everybody should take only fruit like that. We cannot, or everybody should do nirjal. It's tough to generalize. For youngsters, it is okay, but as you grow older, you have to see depending. So you have to constantly be observing and listening to your body. So you will come to know, your body will tell you what to take. Like yesterday, I think I was saying, some people were asking, at what point of time we come to know that the pitta has become too high and why should not? So that will come, that varies from person to person based on practice. So initially you have to do some trial and error, you have to drink little buttermilk, and then you see if you are getting some sneezing or some cold. If you are getting that, means your pitta is already high, you should not take buttermilk. So initially some trial and error will be required. But later on, as you practice, you will automatically feel that you should not drink buttermilk. You think your body will automatically tell you that over a period of time. So don't be hesitant about making mistakes initially. It is a part of learning. It is like learning to ride bicycle. If you are afraid of falling, you can never learn to ride bicycle. So like that, if you are afraid that you will make a mistake, then we will never learn this skill of listening to our body and then figuring out what we need to eat. So, but this skill, even though it requires practice, it is definitely worth it. Because prevention is better than cure. You can, at least will drastically reduces your chances of falling sick. Of course, Janmamati with Janavadi, we cannot make diseases zero. But most of the diseases we get due to our own mistakes that we are unknowingly making. So that is those mistakes we can avoid. Beyond that, okay, karma is there. That is it.
Any general medicine for these three balancing problems?
Vata, one question somebody is asking is there a single general medicine for balancing all these three? No, actually there is no medicine. See, Triphala generally it is good for all the three. Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Most common Ayurvedic medicine is Triphala. It is good for all the three. But still, when I say it is good for all the three, what it just means is that anybody with all these three problems can take it. That's all it means. It doesn't. You can get tablet also, powder also. Both you will get. But now that doesn't mean that If you take Triphala, all your Vata, Pitta, Kapha will go away. It's not like that. Because Triphala works only on certain parts of the body, only on certain things, not on everything. But
They tell it's for diabetes.
Triphala mainly for digestion and to some extent only for diabetes, not so much. I mean, Triphala is not the main medicine for diabetes.
Can everyone can take Triphala every day?
Yeah, everyone can take Triphala every day, but okay, one question somebody is asking is, can everyone take Triphala every day? Everyone can take Triphala, but if you are taking it every day, just take it for some period, maybe 1 month or 2 months and then stop. If you take it beyond 4 months or so, it will become addictive, it will become habit forming. So without Triphala, you cannot pass motion, it will become like that. So Triphala is addictive if you take more than 3 or 4 months. So if you can take for 1 or 2 months, it is okay, but only if you are having some problem. Simply taking Triphala is also not so advisable. Or if you simply want to take it, okay, for 1 month, short period you take and then stop.
For one thing, one medicine is there. For kapha, certain medicine. For pitta, some medicine, and for vata, some medicine.
Yes. There are medicines for, there are some medicines for both also, for more than one dosha. Like for example, okay, the question one Mataji is asking, for those of you who are in Zoom, is that, is there like one medicine for vata, one medicine for pitta, like that? Not necessary. Sometimes there are some medicines which will work for more than one dosha. Like for example, Gomutra, it will work for both vata and kapha. So it is good for weight loss also, Gomutra, because weight gain is because of kapha. So it will burn out the fat nicely. Easy way to reduce weight. And it is also reduce vata, like gas problems or arthritis and all, it will reduce.
There is a one
For
question.
pitta,
Okay, for pitta, generally ghee is very good. And aloe vera is a very good Ayurvedic medicine for pitta. It is very cooling. And then there is this Sarasra Parilla or Nannari, that is also very good for pitta. Okay, somebody, this question I am just repeating, somebody was asking what kind of Ayurvedic medicines are there for pitta. But for pitta, generally, more than cooling the body, the more important thing for pitta is to remove the toxin. Because the toxin is what is creating heat. When there are too many toxins, the body will increase heat for burning out the toxin. So if you remove the toxin, the heat will come down. So
Jeera as well. Lot of people will tell jeera and ajwain.
yes. So this question is that what about the jeera and ajwain? Yes, especially jeera is very cooling. So jeera water generally is good for pitta. And that rice kanji, that rice porridge, from that rice you make that rice water that comes out, no? That is very good for pitta. So that too, rice kanji in hot or warm form. It's good for severe pitta problems. And also if you are sick. Okay, so just some few more things I will just say. I think we can wind up in a few minutes now. So when to use, so today the main focus was when to use a combination of detox diet plus Ayurveda plus homeopathy. So for, I'll just summarize everything. For specific symptoms, homeopathy is good. For specific organ, for generic medicine for any organ, like for example, let's say cardiac problem or brain problem, and all, Ayurveda is good. Then for multiple problems you want to get rid of at the same time and you want to speed up the healing, then those detox diets are very good. And homeopathy is good for certain cases where you want frequent dosage. Like for example, you have emergency, somebody has got a fracture, accident. So severe pain, bone. So now in this case, Ayurveda also there are medicines for fracture. But you cannot take it like every 10 minutes or you can, Ayurvedic medicine you can take maximum 3 times a day, not more than that. But homeopathy, if you have a fracture and you are having a severe pain, you can take it even every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes, for the one full day. Still you will not have any side effect. So, and then if you do like that for 2 days, you will get very good, relief from the pain. So instead of using allopathic painkillers, you can use these natural painkillers, which don't have side effects. So for these kind of things, homeopathy is very good. And if you want frequent dosages, let's say if you're having even some acute problem like you're having very severe cold and running nose. Now in Ayurveda, generally Lakshmi Vilasaras is a very good medicine for cold and cough. But now, let us say if the cold cough is so severe, you are sneezing, let's say you can take Lakshmi Vilas maximum 3 times a day. But additionally, you want to take something in between. Morning you take the medicine Lakshmi Vilas, again afternoon you will take. But in between you want to take 1 or 2 more doses of something to speed up. You want to recover faster. Then you can take homeopathy in between. So in homeopathy there is a combination of 4 medicines. I mean, I will not tell those medicines names here because it will look very confusing. But there is one good combination in homeopathy which is actually this, according to homeopathy, this kind of cold when you are getting a lot of water here and there, sinuses and the running nose and all. This kind of cold is like a water imbalance according to homeopathy. So this water imbalance is generally caused because of some deficiency or imbalance in sodium, in according to homeopathy, not allopathy. Allopathy they don't believe in this. So they will give sodium in a very diluted form in homeopathy. So that will so wherever there is excess water, it will remove it and it will transport it to some other part of the body where there is water shortage. So it will balance the water. So for cold, this thing is very good. So typically cold medicine, whenever the doctors give, this is one of the medicines they give. So they will give other medicines also besides that. So for allergic, nasal allergies and all, there is another medicine similarly for like that. So for some specific symptoms, they will attack with these kind of medicines. And Ayurveda attacks in a different way because according to Ayurveda, this is a pitta problem. Too many toxins in the stomach. So due to which the heat has come up now to the face, and that heat is melting all the mucus and then it is creating this mucus. So they will attack the stomach. So all this Trishun and Lakshmi Vilasaras, all these Ayurvedic medicines, they may have Triphala as one of their ingredients, or they will have some digestive aid as one of their ingredients. So according to Ayurveda, everything is related to digestion. So they will attack the root cause that digestion. So for attacking the root cause, generally Ayurveda is very good. For attacking localized problems, homeopathy is very good. So it will attack the root cause, and from there it will give relief. In the meanwhile, you want to correct this water imbalances here, you can use homeopathy as a supplement if you want. So I have made one Excel with these kind of Ayurvedic medicines as well as homeopathic combinations for common problems like cold, cough, fever, diarrhea, and all these things. So that I will share in 1 or 2 days after it's ready. So this you can you will get plenty of references. You can cross verify like Lakshmi Vilasaras. Now you don't have to blindly believe something. You don't have to take Lakshmi Vilasaras just because I am telling. You do your own research. You see what different reviews people are giving about Lakshmi Vilasaras, and then you can decide. So this way we are not exclusively relying on somebody. In one sense, taking charge of our own health, of our family, that becomes a very empowering feeling actually. And no matter what happens, you will never get tensed or worried, at least because of health problems. So everything there is a solution. It is just a matter of discipline. So like the challenges that I have faced in my home, it is mainly more to do with discipline rather than not being able to cure something. It is like somebody, like my father used to get this skin problem. So he followed this diet. Within 3 weeks, everything was nicely cleared. Then he would immediately take some oily item, and then immediately next day that there will be one blister in the skin. Why? Because 3 weeks he followed this strict detox diet. Suddenly you take something oily, that burtu or whatever. Then what, it will create havoc in the system. Because all these days fruits and soup and something, and all of a sudden this oily item comes, the stomach cannot handle it. So he has to gradually transition. Now that discipline was not there, so we used to keep having arguments. So it is the lack of discipline where, and even taking so many homeopathic. Now somebody may think, oh, this diet is very troublesome. But if you don't follow this diet, and then you take homeopathic and Ayurvedic medicines for so many different problems, that is also a big, becomes like a full-time task by itself. Every half an hour you have to take some medicine or the other. That also requires discipline and patience. So it is a matter of cultivating discipline generally for most of the health problems. It is so there is at least no need to get worried or no need to get anxiety. The only thing that we need to cultivate is discipline. Whether it is homeopathy or Ayurveda or detox diet, either way.
At what time you have to finish that detox diet?
At what time? Okay.
You have to finish it.
Okay, one question somebody is asking is at what time you have to finish the detox diet. No, that depends on when your problems are getting
No,
solved.
no, no. Every day, evening means what time you have to?
Oh, okay. The question is, by evening by what time you should finish the food. So, the earlier the better. Of course, if it is only soup, then it is not such a serious thing. But it is always better to finish it by 5 or 6 o'clock.
Prabhuji, soup is what?
Soup, vegetable soup. No?
Means ingredients.
Okay. You put the vegetable and you can use some spices and then you can use ghee.
Spices also you can add.
Yeah, you can add spice, but mild, not heavy spice.
Only pepper.
Yeah, pepper is better than chili. Okay, somebody is asking about whether we can use spices in the soup. Yes, you can use, but it should be very mild. Pepper is mild compared to chili, so better to use pepper. And that too very little. Jeera is even more mild compared to pepper. And coriander, some whatever, depending on your taste.
At morning, how much, at what time you can take fruits?
Okay, the question now is morning what time to take fruits for the detox diet, right? So if you are taking
Warm water.
in the early morning, if you are taking the detox juice, let's say warm lemon water or white pumpkin juice, then you have to wait for at least 1.5 hours before taking fruit. If you take the juice and then immediately you take fruit, that juice will not have so good effect. Because that juice, the morning juice is for clearing up the whole system that previous night we would have eaten something which would not have got fully digested. So this morning juice is going to clean that up. Now immediately after that, if we take some fruit, then it will interfere with that cleaning system. So we give at least 1.5 hours there, let the juice do the full job, then take it.
So there is no quantity for all those things.
No, there is no quantity.
Also,
It's up to you.
also how many?
Depends on your appetite.
Prabhuji, all foods can be mixed together and take.
Okay, two questions. One is there any restriction on quantity? No. The another question is that can we mix all the fruits together? Again, no. Because different fruits, they got different digestion system. Like banana is totally different from pomegranate, for example. Only maximum you can take orange and mosambi together, two citrus fruits together, that is okay. But otherwise, different kinds of fruits, if you mix together, that is not good. It is better to take one fruit at a time, leave some gap, when 45 minutes later another fruit.
Pitta, those who have pitta, those can have lemon water in the morning.
Okay, the question is those who have pitta dosh, can they have lemon water in the morning? Hot lemon water. Hot means not very hot, but somewhat hot. It's like little more than lukewarm. It can be little hotter also.
Plain water will not get.
Plain water, see sometimes if the pitta is very high, then that plain water lemon it can trigger off some cold also. Or if it is a vata problem, then it can increase some. It can increase vata also. Plain water it will work. Plain lemon water will work maybe in summer when the weather is very hot. That too only for some people. Not see, I am talking about people who have got health problems. See, normal people can take lemon in plain water, no problem. I am only talking about people who have got some health issues.
Prabhuji, warm lemon water is only lemon water or something we can mix or sweet.
No, sweet is not advisable. Little bit of salt is okay.
Lemon and salt.
Some suggesting honey.
Honey, lemon, yeah, honey is okay provided. Okay, sir. The next question somebody is asking is honey okay? Honey is okay for only for certain types of problems. If you want to do detoxification, then better don't take honey. Because honey is also little heavy. We don't want to take heavy items when we are doing detoxification. Lemon is light, but honey is little heavy.
Then questions in the chat.
Okay, so there are some questions in chat. Let us see. Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu, I am taking homeopathic treatment since 4 years. Those medicines do not have any name or list of ingredients. They are in a white small bottle. Is it correct homeopathic medicine or not? Okay, question is that simply it is having some white homeopathic medicine. Is it really homeopathy or not? Somebody is asking. Usually it is real homeopathy only. Most of the time it is. But usually the homeopathic doctors, they don't disclose the ingredients. See, the actual homeopathic medicine, it comes in the form of liquids. So, yes, so what they do is that they will take this, that liquid is very strong and bitter to taste. So what they will do is they will pour the liquid on the sugar pill and the sugar pill will absorb the liquid. And then when you take the sugar pill, actually there is some liquid inside the sugar pill. That is the real medicine. So generally, yes, homeopathic doctors, they don't disclose their formula. So if you are getting good effect from that homeopathic doctor, no problem. Otherwise, you can do your own research. Like I told you, I have given you all these references, and you can refer to these YouTube channels that I was talking about and all these websites. You yourself will come to know what are the medicines for your problem, and you can only make the homeopathic medicine at home and take it. So, so if you are getting good results from that white homeopathic medicine, no problem. Otherwise, you can do this. This is the another thing. So I will tell you one example in our own case. In my own case, my mother had the uterus prolapse. The uterus 3rd degree prolapse. It was almost coming out. So all doctors were telling surgery. But and I found 1 or 2 good homeopathic medicines for that. But still, I was not getting enough confidence on the kind of reviews that those homeopathic medicines were, about those medicines. Meanwhile, we actually consulted one homeopathic doctor, and then she said, yes, I have medicines for that. And then she gave 1 small box of sugar pills, and for that she charged 2,500 rupees for 3 weeks medicine. Then I was thinking that, okay, maybe this problem is very rare, and maybe the herbs for this medicine, maybe it is very expensive. I was thinking like that. Then later on, just 1.5 months after that, one new medicine came out in the market for uterus prolapse. Dr. John's prolapse drops. Dr. John is the name of the company. They came out with a new product. And then I stopped this medicine, and then you won't believe that was only 250 rupees for the full month. And then my mother took that medicine. It was much more effective actually. So where is 2,500 and where is 250 rupees? So, but one thing that in addition to, for such problems, in addition to medicine, you will have to take some physical support. Like for example, hernia. If you are taking hernia, there are very good homeopathic medicines. But you have to wear the belt also, and then take the medicine, because till the medicine will take some time to take effect. Now, till then, there has to be some support. So till then, belt. So for uterus, similarly, there is something called pessary. It is some small instrument that they insert inside to hold the uterus. But that is only temporary solution. Once you remove it, again it will come out. But now what we did was, she took this medicine. Meanwhile, she was wearing that device just to hold that uterus in place till the medicine works. So after 2-3 months, she removed that instrument. Then the uterus was perfectly intact. Then the doctor was saying, you don't have any problem at all. So doctor was saying, they were surprised. Problem disappeared. So sometimes if we do our own research, we will find good medicine. So that is why I gave the names of some brands, SBL, Dr. Reykjavik, and Dr. John. These are all homeopathic brands. Just like in Ayurveda, you have Baidyanath and Dabur and all like that. So they are very good quality medicines. So whenever there is some problem which requires surgery, doctors will say surgery. For those kind of problems, homeopathy is good. Like for uterus and for hernia and for the kidney stone and for varicose veins. So these kind of surgical conditions, generally, homeopathy is good. Or even when any like I told sometime that any repair work, like the plumbing, some fixing work, internally some repair has to be done. Like fracture, you need repair. It is not. Fracture has nothing to do with toxin. It is more of repair work. So there, homeopathy will do a good job.
Medical problem is there.
Okay, medical problem. I think specific medical problem that you want to ask. I think for specific medical problems we will take it later, separately.
The second question they asked.
Okay, there is one more question in chat. For vertigo, is it? Vitiligo. Which medicine is better, Ayurvedic or homeopathic? No, nothing like that. You can actually use both. You can see, as I told sometime back, if as a generic medicine you use Ayurveda, for some specific, what you call it, symptoms, you for addressing those symptoms you can use homeopathy.
Third question
Is mildly fried
fried
jeera. Mildly fried jeera, is it cold or is it heat? So jeera is generally cold. So even if it is mildly fried, okay, if it is mildly fried, the cold property will come down. So it will be something like neutral, you can say. So neither very cold nor hot, somewhere in between. Generally jeera is cool, but mildly fried jeera, it is neutral.
And dhania also cooling property. Guruji.
Dhania. Okay, the one next question is about dhania. Yes, dhania is also cooling.
Jeera water means simply add jeera powder to the water.
Boiling.
Boil jeera with water.
Boil also. Okay, the question, next question is jeera water. You simply add jeera or you boil. Yeah, boiling is better.
Cold jeera.
For a few who have undergone cancer and they have done chemotherapy and radiation.
Okay, this is some question.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody has got cancer and then chemotherapy and radiation, then
Understand? Now again the cancer tissues may again arise now. So what is the solution for problem?
okay, so cancer after radiation and chemotherapy, it is again coming back what to do. So for cancer, you have to do everything possible. You have to follow strict detox diet. Plus, you have to use Panchagavya therapy, that is Ayurveda mixed with Gomutra, because Gomutra is very good anti-cancer. So Kanchana Gomutra, it has got anti-cancer. So that you will get it in the Gaurashtra website. Additionally, even this also may not be sufficient. So there is something called CBD oil, cannabis oil. So this cannabis, generally we have heard that it is some kind of a drug. That is what they generally say. It is like opium and all. But actually, these things, they will act like drug only if you take it in a big dose. If you take it in a very mild dose means not even 1 drop. If you take a toothpick and then just take the tip of the toothpick, that much of that oil if you take, that is a very good, that is also very good for cancer. So, but then that will produce some side effect, even though it is Ayurvedic medicine, because it has a lot of heat. Sometimes some people will get diarrhea, some people may get nausea. So all these things. So they will have to, start taking that also. Panchagavya therapy plus detox diet plus cannabis, CBD oil, and if they are facing too much of symptoms because of CBD oil, like what you call diarrhea or vomiting and all, then they can take homeopathic medicines to control the diarrhea or vomiting, so that otherwise the body will become very weak.
Why this mucus happens like bone cleaning, then mucus also happens?
Okay, this question, next question is that when there is bone cleaning, why mucus also comes out? That during the bones, that is along with stool, mucus is coming. That is your question.
Even separately, now I'm having that problem. Separately after breakfast, I get that problem, like mucus coming.
Okay, mucus is generally a kapha problem. So in your digestive system, you are having a little bit excess kapha. So, but still again, if you increase generally, like I will tell you my case. Sometimes when I get this problem, and I see that when I generally drink more warm water, it will clear up. So once the digestive system clears up, this mucus problem generally goes away. So buttermilk is a very good solution, that too especially for summer. If you can take desi cow buttermilk, it is excellent with little spice, small spice, little amount of spice.
So it happens just because of fatty liver also?
It can. Okay, the next question Mataji is asking is, can it happen because of fatty liver? Yes, it is possible, because fatty liver is a kapha problem and this mucus is also a kapha problem. So in one sense, both are interrelated. So there is possibility that some kapha has gone into the liver and it is also coming out through the stool. It is possible. But if it is fatty liver, then you may have to do some liver detox. No, there are many approaches for that. One is, if you follow this diet, fatty liver will be gone. That is one approach. Otherwise, if you don't want to follow this diet, there are some Ayurvedic medicines for liver. Punarnava, I told some time back. Then this Live 52 is there. And Live 52, no? There is one Ayurvedic Live 52 also. So there are many medicines in Ayurveda for liver. So Punarnava is common, and aloe vera is a very common medicine. And turmeric is also generally good for liver. So these kind of medicines you can even giloy is good for liver. Maca is also good for liver. So these kind of medicines generally you will get good medicines for liver. So if you do that, liver will get some strength. Okay, so any more questions? I think we are almost done. So Any further questions?
But Gomutra should take desi cows itself.
Yeah, though, okay, this next question is Gomutra, does it have to be desi cow? Yes. It has to be desi cow. If it is not desi cow, then that urine will be toxic.
Now, many are diabetic and they are taking the normal medicines.
It will be.
Diabetic, they are taking normal medicines in the
Allopathic.
yeah. Now they are don't take the medicine again. They will get the dizziness. How to overcome that?
Okay, so one question one devotee is asking is that so many people are having diabetes, they are taking allopathic medicines, and if they don't suddenly they stop that allopathic medicine, they will get dizziness and they will get so many problems. So what to do? Okay, so when you are having diabetes or same thing, not only diabetes, even blood pressure or any disease, and if you are taking lot of, so now this question, this answer I am giving it is not only for diabetes, any disease. If you are taking lot of allopathic medicines and without that allopathic medicine you cannot manage, like you become addicted to that. So then what you have to do is you cannot stop that allopathic medicine suddenly. So parallelly you start Ayurvedic or homeopathic medicines, and then gradually for first 2 months, maybe if you have had this problem for many years, let's say 5 years, this person has, suppose this person had diabetes, then suddenly you cannot stop allopathic medicine. So first 2-3 months you take both in parallel, and then you gradually start cutting down the allopathic medicines. Very gradual, and then you see first cut down little bit and see if you are facing any discomfort. If you are able to manage, then carry on like that for another 1.5 months. Then further cut down. Slowly you have to cut down the allopathic medicines. And after that, after a few months after you cut down the allopathic medicines, then the Ayurvedic or homeopathic will work. After the next few months, you can stop the Ayurvedic and homeopathic also.
Diabetic can completely.
Yeah, the diabetic can be completely cured. Or anything for that matter. But there is no guarantee that it will not come back again later on. See, that depends on our lifestyle and so many other things. That no treatment will guarantee that you will never get it again. So
Generally, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of food generally we should take? Because nowadays we are taking white rice, which is
no, okay. Is this for diabetes you are asking or
generally
Normal.
No, generally, as far as possible, it is advisable to take natural food and less processed food, or food which is minimum processed and minimum chemicals as much as possible. But of course, it is costly also, so we have to strike a balance. So then, okay, for some reason, if you cannot get everything organic or it is too expensive, then what you can do is you can take Gomutra Ark every day. Gomutra Ark is actually a very good detoxifier. So if you have these chemicals, like let's say for example you are buying fruits, as such fruits are expensive. Fruits and vegetables are expensive. On top of it, if you are buying organic, it will be even more expensive. So what you can do is you buy inorganic only, and then you take one vessel of water, you put some Gomutra Ark in it, mix it, and in that you immerse all these fruits and vegetables. Then what it will do is that some people, they will inject pesticides or they will spray pesticides on the fruits and vegetables. All that externally sprayed things will come out. So along with that Gomutra water, it will wash away all the chemicals that are sprayed on the fruits and vegetables. But sometimes they will have internally injected, so that it will not get washed out. So for that, what to do is that anyway it will go inside the body. So for that, you take Gomutra Ark every day.
goseva.com can be.
Yes, goseva.com. The next question Prabhu is asking. Goseva.com, yes, that is also run by a devotee actually. They have got good products. Otherwise, Gaurashtra has got all kinds of cow products. Even Goseva products you find in Gaurashtra, plus other brands also.
Actually, Gomutra, people fighting it, if you take regularly, the heat of body heat is increasing. They get a lot of-
Yes. So one question Prabhuji is asking is that Gomutra Ark, if people take it, increases lot of heat. Yes. So depends on which dosha problems you are having. If you are having serious vata problems, then Gomutra Ark is the best medicine. But if you are simply taking it for detoxification, then you have to drink more water to compensate. If you are feeling the heat, you have to drink more water or take more fruits or do something else to balance the pitta. So, but generally it is worth it. I mean, unless your pitta problem is very serious. Like, of course, if you are having fever or cold, you should not take Gomutra. Or if you are having piles problem and all, then you should wait for that disease to get cured. That time, no Gomutra. But otherwise, normal health if you are having, but you are having tendency to develop pitta. Like actually in my case also. So you have to drink a lot of water later on, not immediately. Immediately if you drink a lot of water, Gomutra effect will be gone. So you have to drink, after taking Gomutra, after about half an hour or 40 minutes, you drink a lot of water to compensate. Otherwise, another very good idea. You mix Gomutra arc with aloe vera juice, or aloe vera arc also you get these days.
Patanjali.
Patanjali quality is a little, you can't say, because mass manufacturing they are doing, you don't know. But otherwise, there are some otherwise aloe vera juice. If you have some reliable quality somebody is doing, or otherwise if that is a headache, then the best thing is water and cucumber. Cucumber also it will reduce heat very quickly. Cucumber is it is cheaper also than aloe vera juice and all.
Gomutra, how much dosage?
Dosage, if you don't have any pitta problem, then half a cap twice a day. Sir, if you don't have any pitta problem, then 1 cap twice a day you can take.
Cap means
No, is it for any disease or generally?
generally.
No, generally 1 cap once a day is sufficient. 5 ml is like in terms of teaspoon.
Quarter 10 ml only full cap.
10 ml, so 5 ml is for half cap you are saying. So half cap is also fine.
You can take directly, but you need to.
No, yeah, okay. Next question is should we take Gomutra directly or mix it with water? You have to mix it with water. You cannot take it directly.
A glass of water and mix it.
Half glass is also okay. Depends on your comfort level. You see whether 1 glass is okay for you or half a glass. But it is better if you use warm water instead of cold water.
Empty stomach.
Empty stomach is best. But if you are having pitta problems, then you take it after food. These days, most of the time, for majority of the people, I tell after food because so many people are having pitta problems. Okay. So thank you everybody. I hope this was useful. And the objective of this is that that everybody should get the confidence to manage the health problems of their own health problems and their family's health problems using the various resources that are available to us, using the various healing methods, whether Ayurveda, homeopathy or naturopathy or anything. So you can mix and match and then decide how to go about. So the idea is that people should not worry about health, they should have the confidence to handle their health.
For the benefit of the devotees, we are sourcing the desi ghee from Mayapur. For the benefit of the devotees, we are sourcing the desi ghee from Mayapur. If anybody is interested, they can contact Mahabhava and she can provide. The cost is around 750 for the benefit of devotees. It is subsidized to 600 rupees half liter bottle. So whenever you want, you can contact her and get it. So that is what way we are reliabilities we are getting. Because south we are not getting much of the desi ghee and costly also very costly affairs. So that's why from our temple sector, Mayapur, from there some devotees are selling to us. Correct.
When Gomutra medicine.
Gomutra, it's available. That is in the Belgaum. That too.
Recording stopped.
Belgaum is making.
Which one? Goseva.
Goseva.
Goseva is in Gujarat.
Goseva, you can get it. Goseva, they are getting. In temple, if you go, you will get the Gomutra available in
Otherwise, Gaurashtra you can order online, whatever.
online.
Okay, so
Earlier in Narasimha temple, they were having.
okay, actually, yes,
I don't know, now we are not frequently buying it because their dependency is come down. So you can try, otherwise, as Prabhu suggested, you can try it with online. We will share the link. You are in the group, we will post that. This website and post it.
so in Gaurashtra, in online, you will get medicated Gomutra, like depending on the health problem you have. Like for example, Punarnava is a good medicine for liver, so you will get Punarnava arc. Or Arjuna is good medicine for heart, you will get Arjuna arc. So this medicated arc generally you will get it online.
Arc means Gomutra.
Gomutra arc, yeah. So medicated Gomutra arc you will get online. Plain Gomutra arc you may get it in temple also. Medicated things they will generally not keep in temple because that is for specific disease. That's why.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So let us thank Prabhu for giving me this most precious time and giving more suggestions to our devotees online and offline. Let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
But I hope people are getting more confidence about health.
Got the confidence with this.
Because you have all the resources in the internet
Yes,
to help you.
Finally conclude, like we can find out the whatever problem that we have, go to the website and analyze it and get the solution. Thank you so much, Rohit. So once again, one little example that Prabhu personal medicine, they cost outside they charge 2,500, finally Prabhu find out and finally just 50 rupees, which is more effective. So,
that too it was so better than.
thank you so much, Rohit. Please bless us and try your best. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji number also is there in the poster, phone number, so you all can take the number.
Yeah, it's in the poster below his name.
First you can message me, then we'll fix up some time. And,
Any clinic?
no, not cleaning, because I'm traveling most of the time. So, so what I typically do is I give all the options. Like, okay, if this is the problem, then okay, you can do this kind of diet, or you can have this kind of homeopathic medicine, this kind of Ayurvedic medicine based on all the symptoms. So now based on what is convenient for you and based on what symptoms you have, you decide how to follow and what to do and something like that. So it is more of education, I would say, rather than prescription. Because prescription means fixed, only these medicines you take. But it is like options are there. So either you can take this or you can take that or you can take this combination or diet or whatever.
Thank you so much, Rohit. Shri Prabhupada,
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
One personal,
Yeah.
Prabhuji, from last, I don't know.